All right, so guys, we are doing million-dollar emails. I want to welcome everybody today. J.R. Fisher here with my little malfunction on my video. You know, I spent a lot of time on that video. I wanted that thing to work, and it just didn't. Yeah, it's going through your microphone, I think. It's not going through mine. So I want to talk to you today about these emails that actually work and emails that you can actually use in your business. I want to reveal to you exactly the emails. I'm going to show you the emails. Heck, you can copy the emails. I don't care. That's fine. You know, because they're going to be for your business, not my business. So they should work just fine. And I want you to put in the box right now, if you guys are using an email provider and who you're using. I want to take a look at that real quick, if you don't mind. You would stick that in the box. Jessica, are you seeing some of those? Because I can't box over here. I can't click on it. So I see somebody's got Aweber, it looks like. Lane, I see Aweber again. I've got somebody says they don't have it yet. Okay, so that's super important that you get. I see MailChimp out there. I see Get Response. Okay, that's Infusionsoft, I see. Okay, so yeah, so you guys are using them. There's a bunch of different ones out there. And I want to go into my recommendations. Now, you don't have to do my recommendations. I'm just telling you that I've tried a lot of them. I know Jessica's tried MailChimp. We've done Aweber. We've done Infusionsoft. We've done, shoot, what was that other one? Constant Contact we've done. Kartra. So I'm going to give you the pros and cons on all that, and you can decide what you want to do and show you what kind of emails to do and show you what you're doing on these emails. So let's move forward on that now. So this is kind of what you feel like, right? When you start to do emails, you see all these charts and things and boxes and circles and little lines connecting stuff. It looks just crazy. So I want to clarify some of that today, and I want to make it like super, super simple. So you just totally understand what you're doing and you've got a game plan and you can move forward. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, I will warn you. Are you ready for the warning? The warning is that we are full. So if you click, you will not be able to get back in because there's people waiting in the wings to take your seat right now. So do not do that. And I do want to remind you, turn off all distractions. If you are distracted, you're going to miss something. If you miss something, it could cost you thousands or maybe even millions of dollars. Now, why would you want to do that? You don't want to sign up for this. Show up, turn on your computer, and start listening and then get distracted. You don't want to do that. So, turn off like all those notification things and all that. I hate those notifications anyhow. I want to look at stuff when I want to look at it. I don't want to look at it when they decide I want to look at it. So turn all that stuff off so we can just zero in here and you guys can get some real use out of this today. All right. So what do you need for your success? Are you ready for this big, long list? Because here it comes. Get out your pens and paper and all that good stuff. Here we go. First thing you need is an email provider. Okay. Now, I told you I'm going to talk about this. There are so many email providers. You can go nuts on this one. So I'm going to just break it down to two. And these two are ones I recommend. And I'm going to give you my affiliate link to them, which I would appreciate if you use. But you're also going to get a discount if you use either one of these two email providers. Here's who I recommend. I'm not saying there aren't other good ones out there, but I think these are two of the best ones there are right now, depending on what you want. The first one is Aweber Communications. Now, Aweber Communications is going to do email automations only. In other words, you're going to be able to set up emails in there. You can automate emails based on what people do, and it's an email automation. It's on the lower end as far as cost, and I know that's an advantage to some of you, but I think a lot of people start off their business and they say, well, let me see if the business goes well, and then I'll put money in it. And then I'll get the best software, then I'll get the best stuff. But the problem with that is you're kind of betting against yourself. You're like saying, well, I doubt if it's going to work, so I don't want to waste money. That's kind of what you're telling yourself. So, don't do that to yourself. Be all in. Say, hey, I'm going to succeed. I'm going to be the people who do succeed. I'm going to be the guy, the woman who does well. Here's my bit.ly link for that. If you go to this link here, you'll get a discount. It's just http://bit.ly/Aweber-AL. That's AL. Okay. So that's the first one right there. The next one is Kartra. You've heard me talking about this a lot. Now, Kartra is pretty amazing because Kartra is a complete marketing package. And what it is basically is it's your email provider. It's your email sequences. It also has membership in it. It also has sales pages you can build in it. It also has funnels you can build in it. You can do upsells, you can do downsells, you can do cross sells. It also has video hosting in it, so you can upload your videos to it. And what's the advantage of that? The advantage of that is you can send out dynamic email sequences. And what that means is based on where somebody's watched a video, since the video is in Kartra, you could send out a sequence. So if they got to the part where it's like 2 minutes away from your offer and they never saw the offer, you'd want to send them an email and say, hey, go back to this point. This is where you left off. I know you probably got interrupted, you got distracted, and you want to go back to that point and look at it. And of course, you want to get them to go back to that point because that's where your offer is. The link for this one is the same beginning. It's http://bit.ly and /Kartra-al. So I'm going to give you guys a second to copy those down. But I do want to tell you, if you're planning on being successful, if you're planning on moving forward, both of these are good. But if you know, and I went through this because we just moved everything from Infusionsoft to Kartra. Took us 6 months to do it. And I mean, a lot of work, and I got to really credit Jessica because she did all that. But write down those 2 links, guys, and these are really the best providers. If you want a complete package, Kartra's it. If you just want an email provider, then I would go with Aweber. And yes, I know there's other good ones out there. I'm getting comments from people, but these are my favorites. Okay, so I'm going to say what I like best. So there you go. All right. So the next thing you got to do is you got to be valuable. Okay. If you don't have value, you can't expect to do well. Okay. So that means if you take some junk 10-cent item from, AliExpress and try to sell it for $25, no, it's not going to work. You can't do that. Okay. Also, your content has to be valuable. So if you're sending, emails about some subject line, whether it be weight loss, whether it be, how to make money online, whether it be on, meditation, whatever it is, you've got to give content that the people can actually use and get results from. If they get results, they're going to be willing to buy your products. If they see your content and they don't get results, why would they buy your product? And then your sales offers also have to be valuable. So when I send out a sales offer, I give tons and tons of value. If I sell a program, a training program or whatever, it's going to have tons of videos. It's going to walk you through step by step. Some of them have softwares included, and they're usually about 10% of what I should charge for. But keep in mind, I sell a whole lot more of them by doing it that way. So when you're doing these sales offers, make sure you give the people a good deal. Don't say, hey, here's a sales offer. I'm going to take 5% off, because 5% means nothing. 10% means nothing. What's a good discount, Jessica? What do you always say when we go through the mall and you say that's no sale? Yeah, that's not
at least 50%.
50%. Okay, it's got to be really an amazing offer if you want to make money. Now, if you say, well, I don't have the profit margins to do that, up your sales price, and then lower it a little bit, but show them a good discount, okay, and make sure it's a good value for what they get. Now, here's my big warning. Are you ready for this? All right, here it comes. You will not succeed without an autoresponder email service. So whether you use Aweber or whether you use Kartra, guys, there's no way that you're going to succeed in selling stuff online if you don't have these sequences set up. Because 80%, 70 to 80% of your income, 70 to 80% is going to come from these emails later on. How in the world could you compete with other people if you don't set these things up? And I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do today to set these things up, so you're going to have no excuse for not doing it. Okay, let's go. Types of emails. What types of emails are you going to be sending out? And I want to explain what these are, because they are, vastly different. The first ones are broadcast. Now, a broadcast is when you sit down and you just write an email, okay? And it goes to your entire list, or it goes to a portion of your list. An example would be, everybody that signs up for J.R. Fisher, that would be an entire, my entire list. But let's say somebody who bought my book, if I wanted to send out another link to another book I wrote or something along those lines, or something related to that book, like, I have one out now that's, 4 steps to find a profitable product to sell online. If it's about products, I may just want to sell it to that or send it to that list. So I broadcast it. Now, when is a broadcast sent? Well, that's up to you. It could be one that I write right now and it automatically goes out to everybody, or I may write it and it may go out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I think that's a good time to go out. So maybe I would send it out then. So that's your first type of email, and that's a broadcast. The second one is a sequence of emails. So what happens here is, let's say somebody looks at one of my products and they don't buy it. Well, they may get another email in 2 hours that said, hey, you can go back now and you can get this product. You probably got interrupted. You may have gotten sidetracked. Here you go. Here's the product. And then they'll get another, if they don't buy, they'll get another email tomorrow morning and they'll say, hey, you haven't bought this product yet. This is going to be on sale for 3 more days. You don't want to miss out on this. Here's a link to go back and buy that product. And then the next day they may get another email and it'll say, hey, I told you that this is expiring. You only got like 48 hours left. You probably want to click this link now and take advantage of this if you want this product. And then the next day they may get another email and it may say, this is it. Today's the final day. If you want to grab that product, you better click this link today and it's going to expire. So that's what's called a sequence, where we have a whole bunch of emails that follow up on some event that happened or some sale we're having, or somewhere they clicked and they were interested but they didn't go through with it. And in that sequence, what we're going to do is, if they take action, let's say on a second email they buy that product, that sequence is going to know they bought it and it's going to stop the sequence. So that's what's really cool about sequences, is that these emails are intuitive and they know if somebody bought a product or they downloaded whatever you're trying to get them to do, or they signed up for the webinar or whatever the heck it was. That's why sequences are so important. And you can have all these different sequences in there based on different things you're doing. So you've got broadcast and you got sequences. Now let's look at the actual emails themselves. All right, parts of an email. There are roughly 4 parts, and one of the parts may not be included, but you may include it. The first one is the subject line. You're always going to have a subject line, okay? Would be silly not to have a subject line. And what I like doing now in a subject line is actually putting in a little emoji in there. I find that people tend to click a little bit more if you have an emoji. If nothing else, I think they look through all the subject lines in their email box and they see that and they go, what's that one? And they kind of, if nothing else, give it a second glance. And then you're going to have the actual body of the email, okay, what you're going to say to these people. Now, sometimes in the body, you're going to have images. So you may want to have an image in there. And I'm going to give you a couple examples of images in just a second that, you can stick in emails. And then lastly, you're going to have a call to action inside that email, okay? And these are all very different parts. And I want to show you in our emails how we do it. So let's take a look here. But first, let's define what a subject line is, okay? What is the purpose of a subject line? You guys write in that comment section real quick there. I want you to tell me what you think the purpose of a subject line is. Just jot it in that box there real quick. Jessica, you getting some comments? What do you see in there?
Get them to open the email.
Somebody says to get them to open the email. Somebody else says to tell them what's in the email. What's this? What's
get
the
attention.
Get attention. Well, attention. We've gotten a lot of attention stuff. Okay, so what is it? Here it is. Get them to open the email. Ding, 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 ding. Somebody won that. Somebody won that one. They got it right. The subject line is not to tell them what is in the email. So many times I'll get like an email from a big company and they'll say, take 50% off these Craftsman tools today. Well, you wouldn't see Craftsman, would you? Or it'll say 70% off dresses today. Well, if I'm not in the market for a Craftsman tool or a dress, no matter how great that sale is, I'm probably not going to click on it. So we have to kind of have a subject line that piques their interest and makes them want to click and open the email. So do not reveal what's in the email. Don't do that. If you reveal what's in the email, you're going to have a problem. All right. So it's not to tell them what's in the email, like what I just said. Now, the email body. Let's talk about the email body for a second. What is the purpose of an email body? Nothing more than to get them to click to go somewhere or to do some action. Okay, so we want that email body to cause them to do some type of action. All right, an image. Now, image is not necessarily something you're going to use, okay? I've experimented. I've got some with images. I've got some without images. So that's really up to you what you want to do there, but let's give you a couple examples of the types of images that you would put in there. All right, this subject line here would be over this image, and it is what he's eating killing him? See a guy here, a little plate of food, looks like he's in a food court. Matter of fact, it looks very similar to the man that was sitting next to me in the food court yesterday. Why is that? Because it was the man sitting in the food court next to me yesterday. But maybe if you're doing a weight loss thing, you may have a title like that and then say, click here to find out what it is. Okay, so this is kind of piquing interest right here, right? And what's the next one I've got here? click to reveal our giveaway. Okay, so now what I've done is I've taken a picture here of a product that we sell, one of our survival foods, and I've blurred out the actual picture so you can't tell what it is. And it may say click to reveal and see what this is. So these are a couple little ideas that you can use in your emails that get people's attention, because that's what we're trying to do, get their attention and get them to click to go somewhere. Okay, I just got a comment from somebody that they they got out and they couldn't get in and they somehow stuck back in. So guys, don't. And the cool thing about you guys, and we have a full house today, so I'll say it, if you show up, you're going to get more out of these than people just watching them later. You've got a different level of commitment, which is really kind of cool, right? So you're going to be, a person who's going to be listening more, who's probably going to take a little bit more action because you already proven that you showed up. And I know it's not always convenient. You can't always do it. But if you can show up, it's so much better for you. You're going to get so much more out of it. And the cool thing is at the end, what can you do? You can ask questions about your business, about what you're wondering about, what you're working on. So you get one-on-one attention that, I charge thousands of dollars for. So guys, make sure you show up if you can and don't get out. So we've already talked about the types of emails. They're going to be broadcast. We're going to have these automated sequences. So let's talk about, once you do those, where they're going to go to. They're actually going to go to a sales page, right? We're trying to sell them something, whether it's a download, whether it's a product or whatever. So let's take a look at a couple of my sales pages here. This sales page is supposed to do what? It's supposed to sell the offer. Duh. All right. So when you get to the sales page, don't be afraid to ask for the sale. Some people say, well, I don't want them to think I'm trying to sell them something. They already think that. That's what you're there for. Okay. You got a website that sells stuff. It's okay. All right. So how do we get back to subject line? I must have, oh, no, this is the subject line for the email. Okay, I got this. I got this. I'm on top of this. Here's the subject line for the email I'm about to show you. And it says, bet you didn't know this, and it's free. Well, what? What is it? And it's free? Okay, I'll click. So here's what happens when they click. This is the body of the email. And it says, hey, first name. Of course, it says their first name. We don't know anybody named first name. I want to let you know about all the cool products we make and the awesome survival blog that I write. Now, this is one of the initial emails that somebody gets when they join Survivalcave Food. You can get free access to the survival blog by clicking the link below. So for those people who just want to grab some information, they can go to that. In addition to our freeze-dried dehydrated meals, we also make delicious, ready-to-eat all-natural canned meats, and we're giving away some free samples now. Just pay shipping. And we have one of the models here that took a picture with one of the cans of meat. She's standing outside holding it. And then this is the second half of the email. Down here it says, grab your free canned meats now by clicking the button below. Believe me, when you eat this, you'll be blown away by how great they taste. Click to claim your free canned meats. Okay, thanks, and talk to you soon. So when they click on this little button right here, they're going to go to this page here. Now, this is just the top section of the page. I had to kind of chop this up into sections so you can see it, but I want you to look at all the different parts. If they were just coming to the page, this timer would be going at the top here. And this is based on dynamics of the IP address. So the cool thing you can do in Kartra is you can have this timer that, if you say it's a 3-day sale, it'll be set at 3 days. And every time that person comes back, it will count down to their IP address. So if they come back a day later, it'll say 2 days. They come back another day later, it'll say 1 day. And then you can have it expire. You can have it actually, when it's over with, when the sale's over with, you can actually have it go to a page that says, sorry, folks, you missed the sale, but I can keep you on the list for the next one. Or you can just have the timer disappear, anything you want to do. And basically it says, claim your free delicious canned meats and bonuses available to U.S. continental residents only. I like having that at the top there. If you have something like this, which we did not, if you have a situation where you can't ship to certain areas, make sure you put that above the fold. We had it below before, and we were getting some sales from, Alaska and Puerto Rico and stuff like that. We just couldn't ship to those locations. And then we say there's a cool surprise on the next page. Wonder what that is. So if we scroll down, and this is a scroll down, guys, we notice we have some testimonials there. We have our little coupon there, and they can get 1, they can get 3, they can get 5, whatever they want to get of these items. And if we scroll down a little bit more, you can see we've got some testimonial videos. They can actually watch videos of people talking about these products and how much they liked them. We talk about why it's so good. We talk about, why are we giving this away for free? How big is the can? What are we getting? And then I show bonuses down here. So not only that, but they're going to get this bonus emergency food survival guide. They're also going to get a $10 coupon on their next order. So they get a value of $54.49. And all they do is pay shipping and handling. I think it's like $7.29 or something along those lines. So it's a really great offer. Okay. It's a really good deal if that's what you're looking for in survival foods. Now, this is the next email they get. And this subject line is, did you see this? Okay, so we don't reveal what's in the email. And then when they click, they're going to get this one here. I noticed you haven't claimed your free canned meat. What's going on? I'm figuring you probably didn't see the email. You got distracted, but it's not too late. I've held some of your samples for you and your information. All you need to do is claim it now. And then we go through the email there. And then at the bottom, it's pretty much going to be the same thing where they're going to claim their free canned meats. Okay, and then the next day, they're going to get another email. It's going to say, I'm pulling the plug on this. Hurry. Doesn't say what it's about. Then we say, well, all good things have to come to an end, and your window of opportunity to grab some free samples will expire in just 24 hours, or when we run out, whichever come first. Click the link below to get yours now. We are giving away some free samples now, just pay shipping. So this is the last, is this the last email? Yeah, this is the last email they're getting in this sequence here. But we probably should add some more to it. You really can't email them enough. I guess you could overdo it, but we don't want to overdo it. Guys, I appreciate it very much having you here. Jessica, would you like to say goodbye?
Yeah, y'all have a great weekend.
Have a great one, guys. I'll see you next week, and I'll see you in the group. Make sure you're commenting on there. I'll talk to you real soon.